Come join Libby and Molly, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we talk about all things consignment.
Hey, Libby.
Hey, Molly.
Hi, Sea Chatters.
Woo! Hello, Sea Chatters.
Welcome.
We are in the midst of it.
Yes, we are in the midst of it. This is episode 51. I got a question for you, Libby. Are you ready to answer it?
Yeah, what the heck?
All right, I'm going to talk about the holiday season because we are filming this in the center of all the crazies. Do you ever feel like with your business as a small business owner, starting to feel like the Grinch is creeping into your soul, like starting to possess you because you're trying to get everything done in your business and you start getting like, and you're losing your focus on the holidays?
I used to.
You used to.
I actually don't. This might be the first year I don't feel like that.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking this episode is going to be great because I know a lot of solopreneur. The word, help me.
That's a toughie.
I can't say it. Entrepreneur people who are alone. I need another cup of coffee.
You know who you are out there.
You know who you are. Small business owners, resellers, all of us in the retail industry. This can be such a stressful time. And you can lose yourself in it and forget what this is really all about. So this episode, I think what we'll do is we will take the time to share our tips and tricks on how we keep the holidays for our small business an enjoyable time. Not always, I don't want to say completely stress-free because that would be caca. We wouldn't be telling the truth. There's always going to be.
Oh, yeah. Stress. I didn't mean to say I was stress-free because definitely stress level goes up.
Always have stress in business, but there are ways to keep your mindset where it needs to be and make sure you're still loving what you're doing even during the craziest times of the holidays. So if that is you and you feel like sometimes you're like, here comes the Grinch, this episode's for you. This episode is for you. So
let's do it.
Excuse me. I want us to talk about things that we find stressful in the business, things that we did. Now, some of this is stuff that you do ahead of time. So you take notes and you know that next year before Q4 hits and the holidays come, you're going to go, wait a minute, let me get this started. I'm going to think ahead of time so that when that comes, I'm on top of my game. And there's many things you can do with that ahead of time. So let's start there. And then we'll start with you didn't set that up ahead of time. So what do you do now to get through it? Okay. So let's start with the ahead of time, Libby. All right.
Here is something. And I just sent this to you. It was a picture of all of my packages going out for shipping. And there were probably a record-breaking number for me. And I said, can we save this somehow for the summertime when I'm freaking out about the summer slowdown and how slow it is, and just reminding myself to hashtag shut up and list during the summer, because Q4 is oftentimes spent shipping. You don't have that time to list. So instead of spending that time in the summer worrying about slow sales, just put your head down, just focus, just list.
Actually the business's gift to you, right? The reselling business's gift to you is a slow time in the summer that allows you to list like you never listed before.
Yes.
Build it up. I like that, Libby.
All right. So we're going to have to, I don't know, we got to put it in our calendar so we get a reminder. Maybe some of our chatters will go out there when we start talking about summer slowdown and they'll be like, remember what happens every year.
Hashtag shut up and list, girls. Get it going.
Right. So that's one thing. Don't stress that you don't have as much time to list and you're spending more time shipping.
Yeah.
Because I used to stress about like, oh my gosh, I'm spending hours shipping a day. I can't get my listings up. Well, but it's okay, that's not something I should be stressing about.
Because you got a ton of listing up, right?
Doing so
much listing that our store is built up in a manner that it's okay.
And I do see a lot of people, and I myself included, that had fallen into the trap in years past where it's the summer slowdown. It's a naturally slow time. and you spend all of your time and energy worrying about what I could be doing, how to boost sales. Is it ever going to pick up again? Should I throw in the towel? Should I? And you spend all of this mental energy. Well, let me tell you, after 10 years of doing this, you don't have to spend any of that mental energy during the slow time. It will pick up again. It will.
It will. It will.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows. She is speaking from pure experience, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have talked about this, and that's why I agree. I think our holiday, you and I, as far as Consignment goes, has been a lot less stressful this season because of what we did throughout the year getting ready. Now, I'm going to back up even further because we just did an episode, and I want you to jump on this because this is your baby. Even before that summertime listing, as the new year comes along, we did an episode on your mission statement.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I mean,
I just so want to share this with the community and help people develop a mission statement. It is probably the most stress relieving 20 minutes you can spend on your business that will serve you over and over and over and over again. So check out our episodes on mission statements. Molly and I actually put up a raw workshop of us developing the C-Chat's mission statement. So we did an episode 50, all about mission statements and what they mean and why they're important, and so many reasons they're important, but it really sets your focus. And we are challenging our community actually to get a hashtag CChats Talk, TOK, up there and post it on TikTok and Instagram and just state your mission and let people know who you are.
You know what I love about that is actually combining two of our previous episodes into one challenge. And I love that because we did the TikTok review on TikTok and starting to like put yourself out there and do your TikToks for your business if you haven't. So this is challenging you to create that TikTok, put yourself out there, but it's also challenging you to get your mission statement. And I have to agree with you, Libby. And I said this in the mission statement thing, and I don't want to be repetitive in this because it's really about your stress level. You have quite a light on you right now, my friend.
I am like shining. It's like beam me up, Scotty.
I feel like you're going to disappear.
I know. All right. For those of you listening on podcast, I use natural light coming in through my window when I record during the day. And the sunshine has a mind of its own today.
It is a direct spotlight on her neck. So anyway, but the one thing I want to say that this really has to do, and we've talked about this and it really helps everywhere, that mission statement, once you've got it and you are 100% connected with the mission statement of your business, that right there decreases so much stress in your life. Because like we mentioned before, every decision you make is based on your mission statement. Does it fit within your mission or does it not? And it takes away so much time, so much worry, stress. I mean, I think back, and I mentioned this to you the other day, and I'm going to use this now to move into the social media aspect of the holidays. I started probably a year and a half ago doing a social media post on Consignment that I called What's in Conchi's Closet. And my whole idea behind it was when you have a large online store, not everybody can see everything, right? So my thought was if I did this and pulled like a name brand or say all jeans and were able to highlight them, people would see how many brands we have in stock or, what name brands there are and how much, all the Tory Burch items or all the Levi jeans, whatever. So I put this together and it was beautiful and people loved it and they thought it was beautiful. But later, as we develop our mission statement, we realize it's beautiful, but it doesn't fit within our mission because it's not building community. It's not interactive. It's not. And it took so much of my time to create these perfect, beautiful images of all of our product and put it out there. It took so much time and created so much stress. And I think we can get into that bad in the holidays because you feel like you're getting it from everywhere. We talked about this on our episode with Kathy that we just did, our bonus episode the other day, about how you get inundated over the holidays with sales. And sometimes like we've mentioned before, and Libby, I know you've mentioned, you start looking at what everybody else is doing, and the comparison factor starts to get in your
Oh
brain.
yeah.
But if you have a mission statement set, that takes away that comparison factor, because it's not about what other people are doing, it's about your mission. So I think that helps with your overall stress, especially during the holidays, because I have thought about things and saw things, and as soon as I think about it, I'm like, nah, that's not for us.
Yeah. And I have to say that we were like, all right, are we really going to revise our business one and our C Chats mission statement during the middle of this crazy Q4 when we are coming to you, trying to serve you and provide tips and tricks and running a very busy consignment store on top of that. And the answer was a resounding yes, that 20 minutes now in the middle of busy Q4.
So worth
I think it might be actually the best time to sit and do that and just and focus. And we're talking Q4 a lot, but for a lot of businesses, that's not necessarily their busiest time. So what we're talking about here maybe Q4 isn't your busy time. Maybe it's, Q1, maybe it's the spring. We know for Michelle at Salvage Garden, it's the summer because she lives in a tourist area. So any of these things could apply to your busy time when things get noisy. We're talking holidays because that's what applies to us. But really, let's just say your noisy time.
Yeah, your noisy time.
Your noisy time.
All that extracurricular stuff in the air. Throw all up.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about that and thinking about all the different things that we do and about stress and about how stress levels affect everything in your business and how important it is to kind of keep that under control, because if your stress levels go up, that affects your employees, it affects your customers. If you're in a situation where you're face-to-face or voice-to-voice with your customers, people feel it. I mean, and then it gets into your home life. So you really have to manage that stress, right? And I think part of that is managing your own expectations. You are not invincible. So you have to put things in perspective during the noisy times. I'm going with the noisy times, Libby. I like that. And make sure, I was thinking about it. I'm like, we've talked about making time for you when we do our block scheduling and all that. And you can lose track of that during the noisy times, but it's the noisy times that I think it's even more important that you don't abandon that you time and that time for your health and those kind of things. Right?
Yes.
So what are ways that you keep that focus? What are some advice things that keep you in the craziness of your biggest shipping day ever that you're still going to make sure you have Libby time?
So I'm going to actually pull from our book club, from our C Chats book club. We've been reading Christy Wright's Take Back Your Time, chapter by chapter. And, one of the things that has really been helping me is setting top 3. And I'm not going to get too much into time management. When I get up in the morning or before I go to bed at night, I do my top 3 to 5 priorities, things that have to be done
the following day.
Have to be done, right? I don't really have a choice. And I put them in order. And that has helped me so much. So all those little things, those little annoying things that don't have to be done that I want to do are immediately below anything that has to get done. And it has been really eye-opening to me how much time like all those little things do. So like I usually in the fourth quarter, it looks something like shipping, run to FedEx, run to UPS, record for C Chats.
That's us.
Do some listing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what my Q4, and those are the things that have to get done. And sometimes listing isn't even on there in Q4. Sometimes that doesn't even make the top list of priorities, and that's okay. So that's been really helpful for me. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I like that. And you're doing good at helping me keep up with that, because this is my struggle brain time. So I have a lot going on family wise, work wise. trying to keep the noise at bay, trying to
Mhm.
keep the focus. And it
Mhm.
does help. That priority list helps.
Mhm.
And reminding myself that it's okay that that priority list that might have something about me in it. And that's
Yes.
okay. That
Yes.
priority list might be that I'm going to go walk in the afternoon,
Mhm.
and nothing
That's a
else is
good
going to come in
point.
the way of that.
Right.
And one of those top 5 things, aside from the shipping and the social media posting I have to do, and the, having my, I'm again losing my words. I needed another coffee today. Going through and responding to people on social media. Those
Mhm.
are things that
Mhm.
have to be done for me every day. I got to do
Yeah.
it. But also for me, I have to have some downtime,
Mhm.
because if I don't do it today, I'll pay for it tomorrow. We'll all pay for it tomorrow. So it's okay.
Chats will pay for it tomorrow.
We'll pay for it tomorrow. So, you come up with those things, but make sure you find that time. Somebody, and I can't remember who it was, told me that one of the things they do is they don't do their holiday shopping during the weekends or nights. They actually find the time to do it during the work week, so that their weekends are still their weekends and their evenings are still their evenings. And I thought, that's brilliant. If you're a small business owner and you can prioritize your time during the busy season, and you have to go holiday shopping, well, personally, I'd like to recommend we all do it online and hit up our small business buddies and support each other. But if you got to run to one of those big box stores, put your employees at work, or just schedule in that time and go take care of it then. And then it's not taking out of those important family times. Just take that
Yeah.
out. Your business isn't going to crumble during an hour
Yeah.
if you run into, well, I don't know, holiday season, maybe 2 hours of you running to a big box store to pick up those necessities. So,
Yeah.
but I thought that was a good idea, because you usually think I got to do that on the weekends or on my off time.
Yeah. And block out that downtime. Actually put it on your calendar. That's a big, big, big thing. I
And
think
use
for everybody is you block that time out.
Use your timer. I'm holding my timer up, which makes me think about Tiffany and her ginormous, as big as her head timer, which, we need to, I'm going to throw this in the middle of all of this, because we have no script. We're just talking about where Tiffany is.
Oh, yes. I meant to do that at the beginning, and I am so sorry. So we put out there, you'll notice it's just been the two of us for a couple of weeks. And Tiffany had put out a beautiful letter. She stepped aside from C-Chat so she could concentrate on her business. And the letter is on social media. It's absolutely a beautiful letter. We still talk to Tiffany constantly. Mm-hmm. I would venture to say pretty much constantly.
She's still a very active part in our community on social media.
Yep. So. And we will be doing a C-Chat spotlight on her soon, so you can see all the amazing things now that she is concentrating on her business, all the amazing things that she is doing. And it's it's so exciting to see.
You have not seen the last of our friend Tiffany. She will appear back here and there. So
yes. That was good. I didn't realize until somebody had asked the question that people listening on podcast and on YouTube may not be on our social media, may not be on our Facebook, may not have seen the letter.
I got to say, that's crazy. If you're not, you better get your hiney over there. Come on, man. You're missing out. That's crazy cakes if you're not on our social media, especially in our Facebook community. All right, I want to go back now. I wanted to jump in there because that clock just reminded me of Tiffany.
Yes.
Address our dear friend.
And that was very important.
But I want to go to, we talked with Kathy about social media. So I don't want to spend a ton of time because it was on our other episode, but about social media during the holidays and throw out some quick, because I think social media can be a very big stress button for a lot of people in the small
we hear that constantly. That is definitely a pain point for a lot of resellers, especially I feel like consignment resellers, because we are putting that a lot out there, and our business is
What would you say? I have some ideas in my head. If somebody's watching this and they're like, oh, the social media, I'm just some quick ways to get your social media out there, great things out there, just some quick rules, some quick things to get it going and not lose your mind.
1, take a deep breath. You got this. It's not the end of the world. All right. 2, decide how much time you have to spend on social media per day. I think you can get something up in 5 minutes or less per day.
Yep.
Get that timer. Show them that timer. You are going to set that timer. 5 minutes if you decide on 5 minutes. 10 minutes if you decide on 10 minutes. And that's all you got. That's all you got to put it up there.
That's it.
I think our episode with Kathy, I think probably a really, really important point is let's say you're giving yourself 5 minutes. I mean, I'm using an extreme here. Most people will probably be 10 or 15 minutes. Just get something up there. Don't overthink it. Make it authentic. You can be sitting there with no hair, no makeup, and you do like a quick little 30-second video or reel or whatever it is.
Right.
Authentic, people respond more to that. So don't worry about the pretty. Don't worry about just get it up there. Getting something up there is better than totally abandoning it, making it perfect, getting stressed out.
Yeah. I mean, it can be as simple as, say you're in the middle of listing something that day and you've dressed your mannequin, like my chick behind me here. Quick snap a picture and go, busy putting up new inventory. It's photography day, and put a picture of your mannequin up. Or, I mean, it doesn't have to be holiday based, sale based. Right? It just doesn't have to be. It can be anything. I recently read, and I want to do a little more research on this, that people are talking about starting to go back to even just the words in a post on your business without the background and the photos and sometimes every now and then just throwing in a sentence without all the beauty is eye-catching, and people like that.
I have to say, I stopped on a couple Instagram posts this morning that were like that. Now that you're saying that, it was just plain simple. It was white and maybe like black or blue. I don't know. I don't remember what the colors were. And it was just like a simple sentence. And I was like, oh, yeah. Okay.
There's power in that. And I think people get into the, oh my gosh, mine has to look beautiful. Again, the comparison, like this person or that person. No, it doesn't have to. If you're in the holiday season and you've got other things that are higher on your list of priorities for that day, don't stress with it.
Don't stress with it.
Just put something up there. Do something simple. I mentioned this the other day. We did it last year. We'll do it again this year. In the next week or two, take a picture of your holiday decorations and say, show me yours. Here's mine. Show me yours. Something simple like that. People love that. Mm-hmm. So keep it easy if you're overwhelmed. Don't
keep it easy. And the other thing is, it's not ideal to post on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. However, if you only have 5 minutes and that's your choice, is either you use the same post on both or you don't post on one at all, use the same post on both.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. And then, if you want to work something else out during a non-noisy time, work something else out. But now's not the time to be, considering that strategy.
All right. I'm trying to think of what else might help people with some quick stress relievers, Libby. If you're feeling very overwhelmed, get out and walk a block and come back.
Yeah, that does wonders.
Huge for me.
Yeah.
If I'm at my computer, because I do a lot of the branding stuff and the images, and sometimes I find my eyes rolling and I'm like, oh, and I call it a wake up walk. Get up, walk the block, come back.
For those of us living in the more northern climates, it's really a wake up because it's cold out.
It's cold here too, but not as cold as up there, I'm sure.
It's cold out.
But that's always good advice. I'm trying to think shipping wise, how to speed up shipping. Well, first of all, I know this isn't, everybody can't do it, but the Rollo printer, I just got to put that out there. Such a time saver. But
I have to say, I have to give thanks to Kathy on that one, Kathy Terrell, because I guess it was 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, she did a little seminar about being prepared and having a backup plan. And I was like, all right, maybe the Rollo will be not that it would be my backup, but I need another printer, because if my printer goes down,
right,
I'm dead in the water. I was like, all right. So I got the Rollo printer, and what a game changer. I
So
save
fast.
so much time. Oh my, and there's other thermal label printers. I just happen to love Rollo. And I heard on the eBay for Business podcast, I didn't get a chance to look it up yet, that Rollo just came out with a wireless one.
Oh, really?
Unless Griff misspoke. I'm not sure. I did want to verify that. And
Well,
they were
I'm gonna
only
look it
like
up.
dropping like so many a day because the demand was so high.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Right?
I can
Oh.
only imagine. Holy moly. All right, that's a time saver. Give me another time saver. Shipping time savers. Well, it's a little late now, but next time before your noisy season, make sure you're stocked up on all your supplies. I actually heard that advice in the car from Pure Hustle podcast because I hadn't thought about it about a month and a half ago. And so I immediately went and went through the USPS and ordered all the boxes I normally use to be delivered, the free boxes. I went on to eBay and got what I needed size-wise from them. I usually try to recycle and put a shout out to the Nextdoor app and get my neighbors to come in. And I will do that following the holidays because there will be a lot of boxes to be had by neighbors. But I just thought I'm going to go on and make sure I have this backup. And I ordered my bubble wrap. I, did all of that they were recommending. And I thought, gosh, I didn't think about that. So if this is not your noisy season, or for next year, if this is your noisy season, pre-plan and make sure all that is in stock. So you're not at the last second going, oh my gosh, I don't have a box to fit this. Now I got to find a box, have all that ready and organized and ready to roll.
Yeah. I there's so many things I do so routinely. I forget to, bring that to our sea chatters.
Yeah.
But Molly remembers. So thank you.
You taught me, which I loved because I wasn't doing it before, to open up both screens to our online store on one screen and move over to the other, our cash register, our track that we use, Simple Consign. So I'm just copying and pasting as I'm going through printing out my labels, just copying and pasting. And it makes it so much faster.
Yeah. So what Molly, I think what you mean is you're ringing up the sales, and whatever that looks like for your business, you're ringing up the sales as they're shipping out. Molly and I both do it like that. And it just really takes a lot of I guess if you didn't do it that way, you'd have to go back. You'd have to figure out what the exact price was. You'd have to do all that.
And I do it all right there. I have my calculator right here. As soon as I process this, I put what it sold for in the calculator. Then I go through, put the weight in, do the label. I get up to the weight and then the cost, and I deduct that from shipping, and boom, I enter it in over here and put it into the cash register. Copy and paste.
That's something I take for granted. Right.
So once you just do it.
Right. Once I'm done shipping, all of my inventory is adjusted. All of my consignor payouts are adjusted. Yeah. Right.
It's such a time saver because I would hold on to that information, write it all down, and then go back later and sit down and do the math.
I had to really get on you about that.
Yeah. Because it was the way I did it. And I'm like, what? And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I get my shipping done like that. I love it.
And there's no extra step.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, good one.
So that hopefully will help some friends, and we can explain more if you need. Just reach out. I don't know if that was the easiest. Depends on what you use and what platforms you use. But the copy, paste, and opening up a couple of screens and copying and pasting into them saves a lot of time when you're trying to ship fast and get that stuff out the door and get it rolling. Any other time savers, stress savers during the crazy holiday season? I always love that you say things like, just do it and get it done.
Just do it. That list of priorities has been my biggest game changer. It really takes a lot of stress off my plate. So I know that I get the things done that need to be done, and everything else is just extra.
Daily.
And I like to be extra sometimes, but.
And something else I thought about that I think might be helping me during these holiday seasons, and it's not for every business, but it is a big part of our mission statement in both businesses, and that's community. And I think because our customers are our community and are our friends, when I am doing social media with them, I'm less stressed because I'm not looking at it as a sale to be made. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to
let's go into that for a second, because I think we didn't have time with our quick tips video with Kathy on social media. Let's talk a little bit about hard selling and kind of what we think you should avoid.
Right. So when I mentioned in the episode, and I mentioned it earlier, everybody in the holidays, you're subscribed to emails because you wanted a 10% off whatever. So your emails are getting inundated, not once a day now during the holiday season, but as soon as, Halloween hits, you're getting 3+ emails a day from, I mean, I could give you all the names because they come to my email every day and I keep like trying to get rid of them. But it's now 3 to 4 times a day telling me about the same sale. It's almost over. You got to get here, and you're just like, that to me is just hard selling, and it's hard. Like, and
I think we don't want to be part of the noise as business owners, as community builders. We don't want to be part of that noise.
And you know why, though? This is why, because we don't think of our customers as customers, right?
As consumers. Let's say we don't think of our customers as consumers.
If we were thinking of them as consumers, our mindset might be different and we might be doing that. But we don't think of them as consumers. We think of them as friends, people we have built a relationship with. Yeah. And so we don't want to inundate them with all those sales because we know as a human being, we don't like it. Yeah. So if I don't want the hard sale in my face every day, I don't want to then give the hard sale. So we really rethought that this year, because in the past we would get into that and we would do all the different sales and this, that. And
yeah.
This year, Libby and I really sat down and talked about, okay, what does this look like for us, right? For the holiday season and what to do. We don't want to do the sale every day, or a 2-hour flash sale and a this flash sale and a that flash sale. So we came up with one of the things that our community loves the most is our resale therapy, which is our live online sale on Thursday nights. And it really has brought a lot of people who live in different states together, and they have become friends and they have relationships going on. So we loved that. So we took that idea and put them in our heads and thought, what could we do fun with that? So we came up with the daily dose, right?
Yeah.
And the daily dose, do I have it here?
I was to say, you came up with the daily dose.
Well, okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. But it's a jar with tongue depressors, kind of going on the resale therapy mode. We thought this would be fun. That was your idea, the tongue depressor. And we came up with like 10 different challenges, 10 different items to write on those tongue depressors. So every Tuesday and Friday morning, I shake it up, close my eyes, pull a tongue depressor. And whatever's on that is our daily dose for the day. So what's great is it's a mixture of things. And this is where you can sell without doing hard selling. One of them was a mannequin challenge that Libby and I did. So the mannequin challenge was each of us had to dress a mannequin, take a picture of it. She sent me the picture. I put the pictures up on social media that day and just said this or that. And that was it. This or that. We got so much chatter. People loved it. People were voting. All this conversation went on. But you're still showing people your product, right? So they're still seeing about your business and your product. There was a lot of conversation that came out of that about your jumper that you had on your mannequin.
The cover. Yeah, I loved those.
Yeah. And so, people are, ooh. So there are ways to do it where it's fun. And that's what we decided to do this year. We wanted to do something that was out of the box.
And I think what we'll probably do for next year is develop a little program for you, for our other consignment sellers that kind of mimics that, social media, we'll call it a social media campaign. So you can utilize that maybe in your own way.
Yeah.
But we were testing it this year and so far so good.
Yeah. I mean, there's a challenge, and don't get me wrong, there's a few sales in there too. But
there's sales.
They're not pushy sales. They're fun because we're drawing them at random. And all of a sudden at 8 o'clock in the morning, oh my gosh, 40% off winter. All right, in about an hour, all winter items in our store are going to be 40% off for 24 hours or whatever.
Mhm.
It's a random draw, so it's
Yeah.
exciting. It's not a pushing sale.
Mhm.
What were some of the, and contest. Everybody loves a contest. Well, here's the benefit of a contest. People love it. Everybody loves a contest. Everybody loves to win. Today was a contest, by the way. I drew how many peppermints in this jar. So as soon as I'm done filming, I got to count and load up this jar and put the image out on our social media so our people can vote. And the winner is going to get $15 gift certificate to our store.
Mhm.
Here's the benefit. It's fun. They love it. It's holiday based because it's peppermints in a jar. It's a random draw poll, which is fun. I'm doing live videos with no makeup, looking horrid in the mornings with my coffee. Talk about being authentic.
Yeah, Molly's being authentic.
I am putting myself out there, kids. Every Tuesday and Friday morning at about 7:30 in the morning, I'm doing this film. But the other thing is you're giving store credit. So that's going to give you sales, but in a non-hard selling way.
Yep.
Because you get store credit, unless you're, I don't want to judge, but if I get store credit, I am spending that store credit. It is not going to sit because I am going to spend it. So you're driving traffic into your store because you're giving away an item, but it's not a hard sell.
Yeah.
Libby, any more input and thoughts on that? I mean, we can go on.
Oh, we could go on and on. I do want to say one thing before we finish up with this is all of this was born from our ideal customer. And we are in the new year. That's going to be one of our missions to help you all decide who your ideal customer is and walk you through that. But all of these ideas were born after we figured out who our ideal customer is. So, and that's part of your mission. And that's and we're going to work on that in the coming year. We're going to work on that. So it's really fun. It's really kind of fun.
It is a lot of fun. And I'm telling you, you don't think about these ideal customer, mission statement, business goals for the year. I never realized what a game changer taking that little bit of time to do that is.
I know.
For your stress level and anxiety and keeping yourself focused. It takes so much off of your shoulders. It really is a relief. Because
I'm so excited for some sea chatters to join us on this journey.
All right, so I have to get, maybe I shouldn't, but I have to give a little, our ideal customer's name is Chrissy.
For Conchi.
For Conchi Consignment. So Chrissy is, we always wonder what Chrissy thinks. And so we'll ask that.
Yeah.
And I'll post on social media and get a text from Libby. Oh, Chrissy really liked that.
We do have a little fun with it, don't we?
Yeah. Like, what would Chrissy think about this?
And in this past week, we've had 2 sales from Crazies, which was just kind of funny. Right? I was like, it's working.
Right? Chrissy's actually shopping.
Chrissy's actually shopping.
Really? Chrissy is here. So, but it really is, it's a game changer to take the time to do that. It really is. And we're going to help you do that. That's going to be one of our New Year's resolutions.
I'm so excited for it. I'm just so excited for this coming year. And I can't believe how much we've learned. I mean, the year isn't over yet, but I can't believe how much we've learned from our community and how many things we've put into place that just really are game changers.
Yeah. All right. So what we got out of this, don't let the Grinch possess your body, my friends. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Keep your goal set every day, what the most important priorities are through the noisy times, because times get noisy. Keep those priorities in order. Make sure your mental health in whatever form is part of that priority, whether it's your hot tub in the afternoons or your walk around the block, Libby's a hot tubber girl, whatever it is that gives you that mental health. Going out to shop for an hour because that's your mental health. Keep it in priority, because if you don't have
Call a friend. Let's throw that in there. Go into the C Chats community and grab a friend if you need an ear.
Phone a friend. I like that. You can phone a friend. You can go for a walk. anything, but make sure that during the noisy times, when you're prioritizing, my advice is that one of those priorities every day has something to do with you as a person and what makes you happy, and not all just about your business and the care of your home and your family. Make sure you're in there in some form every day.
Yes.
And as Libby and I like to say with everything, just do it.
Just do it.
Don't put too much thought into it during the noisy times, because if you got to get that out on social media, or you got to shoot that email out to that customer, just get it done.
Yep.
Just do it.
Yep.
I hope this helped. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next episode. All right, my friend.
And if you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe to our channel, or go over to Apple Podcasts, give us a review, or visit us at consignmentchats.com.
Yes.
A new addition based on a customer request or a community member request was we added Buy Me a Coffee, where you can go on, make a donation to C Chats if we did something that you believe helped you, or you just want to make a donation to keep the lights on. All our content right now is free of charge. So I'm going to put that link in all the show notes going forward. And thank you for that request. I thought that was amazing. And
how does it work? I'm curious. Buy me.
Yeah. So it's just a link, and you can do Buy Me a Coffee. I think it's $5. I think you can set the amount, but generally it's $5, or you can do $5 a month and do a rolling subscription.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. And all that'll go toward, keeping the lights on at C Chats.
Keeping us rolling. Yeah. I'm glad that you threw that out there, because I was again being hashtag world's worst self-promoter.
That's okay. Our community members do it for us.
I know. Mwah. All right. Until next time, my friend, keep the stress low. No Grinching. Cheers.
Thanks for joining Libby and Molly, the ladies of Consignment Chats. To find out more and keep chatting, find Consignment Chats on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and podcast. As always, you can find all of this information at consignmentchats.com. Thanks for joining us.